Hello, this is Pat Cahill from Pat Cahill Metalworks, and today I thought we'll make some ear wires and show you how I do it. There's a lot of videos out there showing making ear wires, and a lot of them are very good, but I thought I'd give you my way I do it. So the first thing I do on most of my ear wires, remember I make a lot of different types of ear wires, but this is just one type, is I ball up. So part of this video will be balling up. And I want a real sharp flame and a small one at that. And what I do is I cut 3.5-inch pieces of 20 gauge sterling silver wire. And I usually do this when I'm making ear wires. I make it sort of an assembly line where I do each step to all of the pieces. So again, the first part I do is I ball up the end, one end. And that's just a matter of going in vertical, right at the tip, and balling it up. And put that in the pickle. And we'll do it again. Sometimes what I do is I make it twice as long, and I do both ends. But again, let's go down right at the hot point and ball it up. And see, I went too long on that, talking to you. But that's okay, we'll just ball it up again. Okay. So again, I'm going to continue doing that to the rest of these guys, because not only am I doing this for YouTube, I'm doing this for myself too, so that I have a bunch of ear wires. Let me have it balled up again. So you don't need to watch me through this whole process, so I'll be back when I'm done with this part, and we'll go on to the next. Okay, so they've been finished. They've been pickled to remove the oxidation off the ends where we flamed them. And the next step I do is I make a little loop using my round nose pliers and just go around. There you go. Make your little loop like a little pea. And I'll do that a couple more times. I mark my round nose so that I always know that I'm starting out. I'm going to get the same size loop each time. So just mark it with a little Sharpie or something. You can take it off if you want to mark it at a different place, or if you don't want to see that mark. It comes off real easy. A little alcohol or just a little bit of sandpaper, you can, which is not bad for your round nose pliers. It's just a nice soft thing. It makes them a little shinier, and so you won't leave any marks. So there's a bunch there. It did 4, so good enough for 2 pairs. And now there's a lot of ways to do this next step. You can get these like little pin boards to do essentially what I'm going to do, but I made it myself. And you can make these in many different ways, so you get different sorts of looks to your ear wires. And really what this is just 3 round pieces. They can, I used a hammer, a nail for this one. This was a drill bit, believe it or not, for a very small one. And then something really big, like if you have something like that, that's a hinge pin for a door. But so you can make these yourself, and the nice thing about these is that everything works out very well after you have them done. So this drill bit that I used here is the same size as the hole, and so it fits in there nice and snug. Bring it all the way down to the bottom, and you can either do this by hand. So I wrap around here, coming around, wrap around here, or if you don't feel like you have the strength, you can use some pliers down there. Okay, there's your start of your ear wire. I cut off right on that last turn. And there's my first one. So we'll do that again. Can you see that? Yes, I hope so. So again, put it in the first. Little hole fits right nicely. And we go around that one, bring it around this, and pull it. And that's it. And then we just take it off, snip off right there. And we have two identical ear wires. And I do that to all of them. And the next thing I do, and this is important because we just use snips here, and that could be sharp, and you do not want to put like the sharp thing in your ear. It might hurt. So I use a cup burr and go around to make that nice and smooth. Sort of wiggling it around, going at a 45-degree angle so that you really get a good, nice, smooth, rounded off thing. And that makes a big difference. You're not seeing it with my hand in the way, but yeah, that feels nice and soft now. Doesn't it all feel like it's, I mean, I guess if you didn't have a cup burr, you could use a file. I've seen people use files, but this is a lot faster, and it's actually, it'll work out a lot better in the end. Don't know a way of showing you this, but here, maybe like that. And if I hold it like, so again, I'm going around, trying to be 45 degrees, just to get a nice edge on that, so there is no sharp edges. There's a lot again, so that's just one way of making ear wires. There's a ton of other. Well, they're all pretty similar, but you can make them so that they're different sort of looks. I like the fact that this is balled up, so it makes a little bit of flair there. One of the things I see people do that I've seen people do on other YouTube videos that I think is wrong, at least I think it is that they're pulling this out to attach their earring to. I don't think you should ever do that. You should twist it. See, twist it over, and then you can put in your earrings and then twist it back. Very similar to what you would do with a jump ring. My concern with going out is that you will never get that nice round pea shape, or you might lose it coming out and coming in. So I use the twist to do just like you would do with a jump ring. Oh, I think that's it. That's my little tutorial on ear wires. There's many ways to do it, and I hope you learned a little bit both about balling up. The thing with balling up is get a nice sharp flame, small, steady your hands against something and go down straight and let it ball up nicely. If you go down exactly straight, you will get a ball that is uniform on both sides and is not, let's see, we have one that, let's see, that's just perfectly uniform on all sides. And let's see, yeah, this one's kind of wonky. See how it's sort of more bald on that side than that, so I might not use that one. Or I can go back in and fix it. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again sometime. Goodbye.